So I know this isn't the most original video out there. Several YouTube atheists have made videos where they discuss their side on this topic, but I decided to add my own opinion to the mix. I just really wasn't sure when I should make this video. I was going to sooner or later, but then I looked into my subscription box and I saw the video titled Atheists Defending Religion by the Barking Atheist, who I'm subscribed to. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen any of his stuff, I highly recommend it. It's a very good combination of righteous anger, educational content, and maybe sometimes a dash of ponage. So if you haven't already, go check him out. Now, many creationists might accuse me of overgeneralizing here when I say what I'm about to say, and maybe I am, I might admit that. But for the most part, from what I've seen and from all the creationists I've encountered, I would say about 90%, yes, that high, 90% of the creationists I've talked with and who've asked me questions about atheism and evolution and the Big Bang, 90% of them have no idea what the Big Bang or evolution actually is. I am dead serious. Most creationists have this misconception that evolution states that we evolved from monkeys, which of course is not true. We did not evolve from monkeys. We share a common ancestor with them. And many creationists also seem to have this misconception that the Big Bang states that something comes from nothing. And that also isn't true, because all the Big Bang states is that a subatomic particle of energy turns into matter, sort of like a reverse atomic bomb. So, many creationists don't know what these things are. And yet, I see a lot of them criticize the Big Bang. They criticize evolution, and they criticize science. I find that very odd. The reason being, when a creationist goes up on stage and preaches to the rest of the audience that, oh, look at this crap theory, this is just a theory, evolution is just a theory, and the Big Bang, something comes from nothing. Everyone seems to be okay with that. But whenever an atheist goes up on stage and criticizes religion and says, look, here are the facts, here are the statistics, stop lying to the people, everyone seems to go flying out of control. So there's absolutely no problem, apparently, with a creationist criticizing evolution and science and atheism. But it's not okay when an atheist criticizes religion. Because when atheists begin to criticize religion, everyone gets all defensive. Even other atheists sometimes. Some agnostics, atheists, and presumably many religious people would say, well, why are you telling these religious people that evolution is true? Why are you preaching to them? Why don't you leave them to their own devices and leave them to believe whatever they want to believe? And why are you criticizing what they believe in? Because it might shatter their faith, and you don't have any right to do that. And to a certain extent, I kind of understand where people are going with this. Me personally, I wouldn't want to use such distasteful techniques as shoving my beliefs down other people's throats and preaching to them if they don't want to be preached to. And I certainly don't want people to necessarily convert into atheism either. It would be nice if everyone was an atheist. I mean, you know, if people started actually caring about other people instead of what they believe in, and if people had their heads stuck in reality instead of stuck in the dream world, that would be nice. But I don't expect everyone to believe what I do, because that is asshole-ish. I'll be frank. As I've said before in many of my previous videos, I don't care how noble you think your beliefs are. If anything makes people more likely to commit senseless murder, senseless crime, and inflict their bigotry upon the rest of the world, then it deserves to have harsh criticism inflicted upon it, and it deserves ridicule. Now, that doesn't mean I encourage people to go out of their way to insult religion and to insult religious people. No, And personally, I don't find any pleasure in flaming a creationist until he's burnt to a crisp. But at the same time, I have to say I understand it when people might want to criticize religion so harshly and even use ridicule against religion, because what religious people believe in is absurd, and it is counterintuitive to everything we stand for in modern society. And yes, that does merit harsh criticism. It does, in some instances, merit ridicule. And honestly, if the foundation of your beliefs is so fragile that it'll crumble into tiny, infinitesimal little pieces when put under the pressure of the smallest amount of criticism, then there is no other way to say it than you are a pathetic person. Because really, why should atheists and agnostics have to give up to the rest of the creationist world? Why should I have to surrender my free speech so that you can be happy in your own little dream world and not have bruised egos? Seriously, grow a tougher skin or stop believing whatever you believe in, because you clearly don't have enough confidence to withstand criticism. So I really hate it when creationists play the victim card, like, oh, you atheists should just get back to your science and stop criticizing religion. You should stop trying to inflict your personal beliefs upon other people. Blah, blah, blah. No. If history has shown anything, and history never lies, it has almost always been the other way around. It has almost always been the creationists that have been the bullies, and the atheists the ones that are being oppressed. It has almost always shown that creationists tend to be the ones that inflict their personal beliefs upon other people, and that tends to lead to the crimes. Yes, if history has shown anything, you guys have got it backwards. And again, you might accuse me of being biased here, and by all means, go right ahead. This is only what I've observed, and I only have observed a limited amount of things in this world. But from what I've seen, I have never seen an atheist, an educated atheist, resort to such slick and deceitful and just disgraceful techniques as to play the victim card on their creationist opponents. And yet we are the only ones that really have the right to do so. I wonder why that's the case. So to sum up the message of the video, I will criticize religion as much as I please, because I'm entitled to free speech, and I am entitled to criticize whatever you believe in. Just like you have every right to free speech as well, and you also have every right to criticize what I believe in. Thanks for watching, and may the truth always be heard. Peace out.